What's up, guys? It's your boy, my mentor, back with another video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share if you care. So I'm using, even though this is not the official cover art or this is not the lyric video, but I'm using this because this was like a mashup that somebody did on YouTube of Die For You and POV, and then Ariana Grande happened to be on Die For You. So yeah, so this is the Weeknd's record. It's called Die For You. This came out on his 2016 album Starboy, which was successful. Had hits like what you want to call it? Starboy, I Feel It Coming, Party Monster, and the list goes on. And has some bops like Secrets and Reminder and False Alarm. The EXO didn't live for False Alarm, but that's still not a bad song. It's just a little bit different. Just how you didn't live for Gasoline on Don FM, but that's a different story for a different day. But anyways, so yeah, so they collaborated once again. This is their now fourth collaboration. They collaborated on her album on My Everything, the song Love Me Harder. That was their first collaboration. The second collaboration was um Love, I think Love Off the Table, or whatever that song was called, on her album Positions, which was a beautiful collaboration. And Love Me Harder is a classic record for Ariana Grande, and it's a classic pop record. And then they did the remix for Save Your Tears, which was off his album After Hours, which I don't think that was needed. It did well, but it wasn't really needed. And of course, they can now, so there's this thing going on in the industry, right? I don't know whether it's TikTok just kind of like catching up to stuff or falling in love with a certain sound or whatever, but there's this thing in the industry where it's just like um artists are starting to like, I don't know, artists are starting to like do very like their old songs, some of their old songs are starting to come back, and they're starting to do like big numbers with their old songs. Like that happened to Chris Brown with Under the Influence. That came out in 2019, but it happened to pick traction off last year. And in the fall and the winter, it became like a top 15, top 20 hit for him. Like and that's impressive because that song came out 3 years ago on Indigo, and that became a big record. And The Weeknd, I mean, that happened to Lady Gaga too with Bloody Mary, even though that's not like a big hit right now. But Bloody Mary was somewhere in the top 50, top 60, and that came out like 11 years, 12 years ago on the Born This Way album. Lizzo even had that in 2019 when she had Good as Hell, which came out in 2016, and she had True First in 2017 that got popular in 2019 to make her viral. So the songs that came out on her album in that 2019 year kind of didn't really even do big numbers. It was her old songs that did big numbers. Who else had a big moment like that too? Another person had that big moment. Chris Brown, The Weeknd, Lizzo, Lady Gaga is one more person that had that big moment too. They kind of had a song that blew up. Oh, Miguel, Short Thing is starting to blow up on the radio now. But Die For You's on the radio like crazy. Die For You is a bop. The EXOs, we been knew that Die For You was a bop. We been knew that Die For You was a good record. Y'all just didn't know that. But we the EXO and people who listen to that Starboy album, some people might even argue that that's his best album, which I can agree to that. Um, that was After Hours was amazing, but Starboy's a great album, right? Even Beauty Mathematics is a good album, but even Down FM is a good album too. But I think his best album is Starboy to me. And Die For You is one of them songs on there that's a classic in his discography. And now because it's a hit, it might be a classic record in general. Like, so the fact that it's getting traction, I'm so happy for it. But it's like, girl and boy, we already been knew that this song was that girl, and this song was very, iconic and monumental, right? But what I will say is that I think sorry about that. What I will say is that I think the fact that this song blew up in this time is so impressive, and I think it's so amazing. But what I will say though is that I don't feel like Ariana Grande um was needed on this record. Just how she wasn't needed on Save Your Tears, I don't feel like she was needed on this record whatsoever. Like, I just feel like she was just added on here because he has this big obsession with her and whatever. Like, this song was done perfectly fine by herself. I don't think she was, and I was saying this earlier today. I was like, if she comes on the record, it kind of had to make sense because he keep asking her to jump on these records. Like, my thing is, why can't y'all just go and make a new song? Like, why does she necessarily has to be on the record? Like, why can't y'all just go and make a new song? Because clearly, like, she just like, it's like when y'all go like Love Me Hard and Up the Table were two good songs. I think that's their two best songs. The songs that he does on her album, because he adds something to her songs. But for some reason, she can't add things. She can't add something. She cannot add something to his songs. Like, it feels like every time she comes on his songs, it's like she's just here just to be here. It don't seem like she really is like on the songs really just like to add anything to it. I think he's just looking for a hit, and he's looking for a big moment with her again because they do so well together. But I don't really feel like he was already needed on the record, to be honest. Like, I mean, she was needed on the record, to be honest. Like, I don't really feel like she there was a reason why she should be on that record. And now positions coming up now, but yeah, like I just don't feel like she should have been on the record at all whatsoever. It was not needed. She didn't really add nothing to the song. Like her voice sounded amazing, but Ariana Grande did not add nothing to the song at all. So for me, so personally, I just felt like it was a waste of time for him to put her on the record. I love her. I'm a big fan of her, but I just feel like some songs when you do it really good, you don't need additional people to be on it because they're not gonna serve any purpose on the song. In my personal opinion, um, not trying to be a hater, but I just don't think that this remix was needed, to be honest. I don't really feel like, again, that she added anything to the record for me personally. I would say I just didn't get any type of like, oh my god, this is really a remix. Like I think like the SZA and Lizzo remix was special. I think SZA did a good job on the remix. I think she added a little bit of like not added like a big flavor, but she kind of put a little spin on it and made it sound nice. But I don't know, Ariana Grande girl. I don't know. I'm just not living for this "Die for You" remix. I feel like this song is just so good that it don't need nobody to be on it. The Weeknd sometimes he gotta get away from that bag. But I mean, we can take another Ari and the Weeknd because they're both pop icons or icons in the making. We can take another collaboration from them. We're not hating on it, but just some collaborations don't have to always be done. I feel like some songs just don't have to be touched to me. And that's just how I see it. That's how I look at it. But anyways, make sure to like, subscribe, and share if you can. I will see you in the next one. I can see this be a number one here anyway. So if it goes number one, well, another one, another number one for his resume. But to say it was needed necessarily, nah. But like I said, make sure to like, subscribe, and share if you care. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.